And that's the our number one song from Owen-Zak Field here in Decorah as Decorah takes on Waukon here in this Northeast Iowa Conference doubleheader here tonight. Colin Nimrod going to get the start for Decorah. Nimrod coming off a 3-hit shutout of Owine on Friday night. Colin is 6-1 on the season. A 1.46 ERA. Opponents hitting 186 against him. 38 1/3 innings. 30 hits, 8 earned runs, 7 walks, and 35 strikeouts. And he will face this lineup, leading off the shortstop Adam Benzing. Batting second at second base, Tyler Benzing. Hitting third in center field, Jake Ronan. Batting fourth at third base is Chris Miller. Hitting fifth at first base, Sully Bucat. Hitting sixth in right field, Parker Hesse. Batting seventh, the designated hitter, Brock Waters. Waters will bat for the left fielder, Mitchell Snitker. Hitting eighth, the catcher, Sam Schwartz. And batting ninth, the pitcher, Hayden Hamill. Nimrod making his 8th start in his 9th appearance. In his first appearance of the year, he gave up 5 earned runs. Since that time, he has given up 3 earned runs, including a victory over Waukon. As the first pitch at 5:39 goes outside to Adam Benzing. 1 ball, no strikes. Benzing was 1 for 3 against Nimrod over in Waukon. The 1-0 rolled to the right side, picked up there by Brady Dolly. Nimrod goes over to the bag to cover, and Benzing retired 4-1 on the second pitch of the ball game. 1 down here in the inning. Severson kind of slid over to the hole that time, but Colin was heads up and covering the bag, and 1 down here in the first inning, and the batter is Tyler Benzing. Tyler at 136 with a double, no triples, no home runs, and 2 RBIs. Tyler 0 for 3 against Nimrod over in Waukon. And the first offering a swing and a miss at a curve, no balls and 1 strike. The Indians have lost 10 games in a row. They have struggled offensively this year. They're only hitting .202 as a team. Curveball outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. And in the 21 games this year, they have only 5 extra base hits. One. Swing on and a 1-hopper right back to Nimrod. He'll throw over to first base to retire Benzing. And there's 2 down here in the first inning. And the batter will be Jake Ronan. No score, just underway here at Owen-Zak Field in Decorah. Ronan 1 for 2 against Nimrod in Waukon. He's a .310 hitter to lead the squad this season. No extra base hits and 5 RBI. The pitch outside, 1 ball, no strikes. One-0, fastball up for 2 balls, no strikes from Nimrod. Some cloudy skies, but everything else is doing well precipitation-wise. As the curveball is swung on and missed, it's 2 balls, 1 strike. Had about 1.5 inches in the last 72 hours here in the Decorah area, swinging a foul right side and out of play. 2 balls, 2 strikes to count. Two and the pitch. Curveball just missed inside. 3 balls, 2 strikes now on Jake Ronan. Again, we'll have the first baseball game, then head down and do some softball tonight between Decorah and South Wind. 3-2 delivery, curveball swung on and fouled at the plate, so we'll do it again at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Nimrod ready, and the 3-2. A fastball misses low for ball 4. So good at bat there for Ronan. Becoming the game's first base runner. A runner at first and 2 down for Chris Miller. Miller did not play in the first matchup between these two teams. He's a .304 hitter on the season with a double, a triple, no home runs, and no RBI. First pitch blown outside and all the way back to the screen as Colin uncorks the wild pitch. And Ronan now in scoring position. Ronan away from second. Nimrod in at Kane for the sign. He'll come set. He'll look back at second, and the 1-0 delivery is a curve that is swung on and missed for 1 ball, 1 strike. Another pause from Nimrod in the 1-1, swing and a miss as Miller over the top of a breaking ball once again. So it's 1 ball, 2 strikes on Miller. Ronan drew a 2-out walk. A wild pitch got him to second. 1 ball, 2 strikes, the count with 2 down. The stretch will look back at second in the 1-2. Swung on and missed at a pitch in the dirt. Kane digs it out. He'll throw down to Severson at first base to officially record the putout. And the side is out here in the first inning. A walk and 1 runner left. We head to the bottom half of the first inning. Waukon, nothing, and Decorah coming to bat. And the Vikings will bat this way. Leading off the pitcher, Colin Nimrod. Batting second in center field, Jake Hovden. Hitting third in left field, Cole Sweska. Batting fourth, the designated hitter, Austin Ashbacker. Ashbacker will bat for the first baseman, Aaron Severson. Hitting fifth, at third base is Dustin Carey. Hitting sixth, the catcher, Kyle Kane. Batting seventh in right field, Brighton Meyer. Hitting eighth at second base, Brady Dowley. And batting ninth, the shortstop, Brett LaRue. And that lineup will face sophomore right-hander Hayden Hamill. Hamill at 2-5 with a 5.71 ERA. Opponents hitting .238 against him. 30 2/3 innings, 40 hits, 25 earned runs, 21 walks, and 24 strikeouts. He threw all 5 in the 13-1 loss to Decorah on the 13th of June. 5 innings, 10 hits. He gave up 13 runs, but only 5 of them were earned that night. He walked 1 and struck out nobody. Colin Nimrod will be the first batter of the game. He was 1 for 2 against Waukon the first go-around. He's hitting .382 with 8 doubles, no triples, no home runs, and 8 RBI. He had his 20-game hitting streak snapped on Friday night down in Owine. Nimrod stands in the right-hand batter's box, and the first pitch goes outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Mitchell Snitker is in left. Jake Ronan is in center, and Parker Hesse in right for the Indians. At third base, Chris Miller, Adam Benzing at short. Tyler Benzing at second as the 1-0 taken up for 2 balls, no strikes. Sully Bucat at first, and Sam Schwartz behind the plate with Hamill on the hill. Don't believe I've introduced our friends in blue yet. The 2-0. Curve outside corner for a strike. It's 2-1. Bob Jacobson calling the balls and strikes. And Donnie DeLora working the base pass. 2 balls and 1 strike to count the pitch. Inside to Colin. It's now 3-1. We mentioned Hamill with 21 walks in 30 innings coming in. And the pitch out of the zone for ball 4. So Nimrod reaches on a leadoff walk here in the bottom of the first inning, and the batter is Jake Hovden. Jake was 3 for 4 first go-around against Waukon. He had 2 RBI in that game. He's at .479, 5 doubles, no triples, no home runs, and 15 RBI. No score, bottom of the first inning. Nimrod with a good lead at first base, and a move over there by Hamill will send him back diving to the bag. Pitch low, so 5 out of 6 pitches from Hamill out of the zone to this point. 1 ball, no strikes on Jake Hovden. Buchheit holding the runner on. Hovden squares to bunt, and a move to first base pops out of the glove of Buchheit, but not nearly enough to warrant runner advancement. 1 ball and no strikes still on Hovden. A series of signs from Coach Olenzak. The 1-0 inside. 2 balls and no strikes to count on Jake Hovden. After Hovden squared to bunt, Miller is now even with the bag at third. He squares to bunt again, takes a curve for a strike on the inside corner. 2 balls and 1 strike on Jake Hovden. A lead at first base by Colin Nimrod. He takes off the 2-1, taken for a strike, throw down to second base, not in time. Colin in with a head-first slide and his 6th steal of the season. So Hovden with an RBI opportunity. 2 balls, 2 strikes to count with a runner at second and nobody out. The pitch, curveball low, so now it's 3 balls and 2 strikes on Jake Hovden. No score here in the first inning. Nimrod got a leadoff walk and he stole second. 3-2 to Jake. Low for ball 4. It caroms to the left of the catcher, Schwartz. And Nimrod with a big turn around third. He is going to the plate as Schwartz couldn't find the ball. Nimrod will score from second on the wild pitch. And Hovden moves up to second on the wild pitch. It's a 1-0 lead for Decorah. Well, Schwartz couldn't find the ball. That's one thing, but his teammates didn't do a very good job of helping him either. Schwartz was looking in the area of home plate. It was off to the backstop to our left. And his teammates didn't really communicate where the ball was as the pitch goes high. It's 1 ball, no strikes on Cole Sweska. Cole was 3 for 4 with 4 RBI. The first go-around against Waukon. Hovden at second. Nobody out here in the first inning. And the next pitch to Cole goes outside as Hamill having a tough time finding the strike zone. 2 balls, no strikes to count. Squaring to bunt, pulling the bat back, taking a strike is Sweska. It's 2-1. So 14 pitches and only 4 strikes for Hamill to this point. 2-1 delivery. Cole squares to bunt and takes the pitch inside. It's 3 balls and 1 strike count now. Hovden away from second. Benzing pays attention to him there. The pause and the 3-1 is outside for ball 4, so 3 straight walks to start the game. Coupled in that is a wild pitch, which allowed Nimrod to score from second, and Jerry Keenan, the head coach for Waukon, will head on out and talk to Hamill here. Hamill was the only pitcher that Decorah faced in the game over in Waukon. As Keenan talks to Hamill, the catcher not even a part of the conversation. Coach O talking with Hovden, Sweska, Ashbacker, and the on-deck hitter Carey in the third base coaching box. As the conversation continues, Keenan will head back to the first base dugout. Runners head back to their respective bases. And the baby bull comes to the plate. Austin Ashbacker was 1 for 4 with a double. First go around against Waukon. He's hitting .382 with 11 doubles, no triples, 3 home runs, 24 RBIs. And Hamill starts him with a strike, 0-1. Sometimes when you're facing a guy who can't find home plate with the searchlight, you're not going to have that aggressive mindset like you should at the plate. Runners go, pitch taken inside, throw down to third, not in time, so a double steal executed there for Decorah. As Hovden moves up to third, and Sweska down to second, they both steal their 11th base of the season. Just those two combined already have more stolen bases than Decorah has. Ashbacker hits one towards short, but it's caught there by Adam Benzing for the first out here in the first inning. Ashbacker hit it on a line, but Benzing right there, and there's one down here in the first inning. Second and third, one down, one in. 1-0 Decorah. And Dustin Carey, the batter, 1 for 4 with 2 RBIs. Carey at .426, he's up to 30 RBI on the season with 5 doubles, 1 triple, 6 home runs, and 30 RBIs. And Carey tries to bunt on a suicide squeeze attempt and bunts it foul back to the screen. No balls and 1 strike. Hubden was going on the previous offering. No balls, 1 strike to count. Infield up the corners, back up the middle, and here's a ground ball towards third, fielded there by Miller. Runner will stay put. He'll throw to first base for the out. Now Sweska caught off the bag at second. They throw behind Sweska, and Cole back to the bag diving as the tag applied just a touch late by Adam Benzing. So Carey grounds out, runners stay put. Sweska was 50% of the way between second and third by the time the out was recorded. And the throw from Bukite to Benzing wasn't in time, and Kyle Kane will be the batter, and now Hamill will throw to third to keep Hubden honest. Kane at .220, 4 doubles, no triples, no home runs, and 3 RBI. The pitch in there for a strike, 0-1. Cal's just struggled with the bat this year. But he's been that steady presence behind the plate. Hasn't taken his offensive struggles to the defensive end of things. The 0-1 ground ball towards short. Booted there at short by Benzing. He'll throw on to first base, and he gets Kane there to retire the side. So 3 walks, 1 run, no hits, no errors, and 2 runners left on base. We head to the bottom half of the, or rather the top half of the second inning. It is Decorah leading by a 1-0 margin. Odd first inning. The first 3 base runners reach for Decorah, all on bases on balls. But the Vikes get no hits, and the only run happened because there was a wild pitch. The catcher couldn't find the ball, and Colin Nimrod scored all the way from second base. So 1-0 Decorah as we go to the top half of the second inning.
Top of the second for Waukon, 5, 6, 7 hitters.
And the batter will be Sully Bukite, who was 1 for 2 against Nimrod over in Waukon. The first pitch swung on and missed as Bukite had his front foot pointed towards City Hall on that swing. No balls and 1 strike. Nimrod ready in the pitch, in there for a strike, 0-2. Never gave you the Decorah defense in inning number 1. Sweska, Hubden, and Meyer in the outfield. Carey, LaRue, Dowley, and Severson in the infield. And the pitch swung on and missed. A good morning, good afternoon, and good night to Bukite. 1 down here in the second inning. And the batter will be Parker Hesse, 184, no extra base hits, and 6 RBI. Hesse 0 for 2 against Nimrod over in Waukon. Hesse squares to bunt and takes the pitch low from Colin. 1 ball, no strikes. Hesse yesterday named one of 5 finalists for the Cedar Rapids Gazette Prep Athlete of the Year on the male side. The 1-0 delivery, 1 hopper over the glove of Nimrod, fielded by Carey. He'll throw on to first base to retire Hesse. 2 down here in the first inning. So 2 down, and the batter will be Brock Waters.
The DH for the Indians, Brock Waters.
2 down, and the batter will be Brock Waters. Waters, the left-hand hitter, rolls one towards third, fielded right on the bag by Carey. He'll fire across the diamond to retire Waters, and that's that for the second inning. 3 up, 3 down, a quick second. We go to the bottom half of the second inning. It's 1-0 Decorah. Bottom of the second, we go a 1-0 lead for Decorah. 3 walks and a wild pitch lead to the Viking run in the top half, or the bottom half of the first inning. Bottom third of the order due for Decorah: Brighton Meyer, Brady Dowley, and Brett LaRue. Games until Saturday count for the standings when it comes to postseason play. And we'll give you these standings as this second inning goes on. Brighton Meyer, a .311 hitter with 3 doubles, 1 triple, no home runs, and 11 RBI. Heading into tonight's action, first of all, we'll give you a little bit of an explanation on how the standings work. Hamill delivers in the pitch inside to Meyer. 1 ball, no strikes. You get 4 points for a win over a 4A school, 3 against a 3A school, 2 against a 2A school, and 1 against a 1A school. The 1-0 delivery is at the letters and for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. You take that total point total, divide it by your number of games, and you get your average. 1 ball, 1 strike to Meyer, and here's a ground ball wide of third and foul. Knocked down nicely there by Coach O. Barehanded it, knocked it to himself, and he threw it back to Hamill. The throw was a little bit low, but not too shabby. Going into tonight, Waverly Shellrock is the sub-state leader, an average of 2.64, 58 points in 22 games. And the pitch swung on a fly ball towards left field. It'll land for a base hit. Second consecutive inning. The Vikes get their leadoff runner on. Brighton Meyer on with the leadoff single here in the second. West Delaware right now is 2.38, 57 points in 24 games. Decorah third, 35 points in 21 games, a 1.67. Owine is in fourth with a 1.27. Move to first base sends Meyer back diving to the bag. Dowley is the batter. 282 with 5 doubles, no triples, 1 home run, and 18 RBIs. The 282 average is one thing, but his on-base percentage, 484. Dowley bunts right in front of the plate. Hamill picks it up, throws on to first base, and Sully covering. And the sacrifice is complete, 1-3. And there's 1 down here in the second inning. And the batter will be Brett LaRue. Got his first 2 varsity hits on Friday night and had an RBI. He'll stand in from the right-hand side of the plate, and he'll look at a strike, 0-1. Thing of it is, they divide those sub-states up usually geographically. The 0-1 delivery is high for 1 ball, 1 strike. Last year, the way the sub-state was divided up, it was pretty easy to divide it geographically. Not as so this year. The 1-1 delivery inside corner for a strike to Brett, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes now. So we'll see how that all plays out, and those pairings should be out early next week. The 1-2 delivery is low. 4 2 balls, 2 strikes. 4 teams will go to Owine on the 18th of July, and 4 other teams will go to Waverly. District finals will be on the 21st. A whirl and a soft toss back to second base, and back to the bag diving is Brighton Meyer. 2 balls, 2 strikes, the count on Brett LaRue. Away from second is Meyer. The stretch and the 2-2. Swinging a foul back. It is 2 balls, 2 strikes yet. The pause, a look back at second and the pitch. Inside corner taken for strike 3. First strikeout for Hamill. That's his first in 6 2/3 innings against Decorah this year. Runner at second, 2 down, and Colin Nimrod, the batter. He walked and scored in the first. A check swing taken for a strike, 0-1. Nimrod scored all the way from second on a wild pitch, and there's a strike, and it's 0-2. 0-2 delivery. Taken inside corner for strike 3. So a good morning, good afternoon, and good night to Colin Nimrod. So a leadoff single, but nothing else. We head to the third inning. It is Decorah leading by a 1-0 margin. Top of the third inning we go. Decorah leading 1-0. Bit of a sluggish start offensively for both these squads. Decorah got their first three batters on walks. Didn't have a hit the rest of the inning, but did score a run. They got their leadoff runner on in the second inning, but nothing else. Sam Schwartz, Hayden Hamill, and Adam Benzing here in the third inning for Waukon. Sam Schwartz is 1 for 29 on the season with 1 RBI. He was 0 for 2 against Colin over in Waukon, and Colin throws him a strike, 0-1. Colin looking to win his 7th straight game. Here's a check swing and a fair ball right in front of the plate. Kyle picks it up, and he'll throw on to first base for a 2-3 put out as one catcher retires the other. That's something he gets to hear every day. And there's one down here in the third inning. And the batter will be Hayden Hamill. Hamill 1 for 16 on the season, 0-63 with 2 RBI. First pitch from Nimrod, strike on the outside edge, no balls and 1 strike. Decorah leads at 1-0. We're in the third. This is Vikings Radio, 1240 KDEC Decorah and KDECradio.net. 0-1, swung on and missed at a breaking ball, and it's 0-2. Darren Swenson for Northeast Iowa Conference Baseball tonight. First game of a doubleheader, Decorah and Waukon. Then we'll go down and do softball tonight. Outside corner taken for strike 3. So Hamill struck Nimrod out in the bottom of the second on 3 pitches, and Colin returns the favor here in the top of the third. 2 down. Nobody on, and Adam Benzing will start the second trip around the batting order. He'll swing and miss at a breaking ball in the inner half from Colin Nimrod. No balls, 1 strike. 0-1, curveball in the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. Benzing grounded to second his first time up. One and one with 2 down. Pitch swung on and missed. Benzing's back foot ended up almost across home plate that time. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count in the 1-2 delivery. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So a quick third inning for Waukon. 3 up, 3 down. We head to the bottom half of the third inning. It is Decorah 1 and Waukon 0.
Middle of the third, a look at Decorah's busy.
Bottom of the third inning we go. Immoral support from the always young at heart Elliott Christian. Darren Swenson with you. As Decorah will have 2, 3, and 4 due here in the third inning. Jake Hovden, Cole Sweska, and Austin Ashbacker to face Hayden Hamill. Hamill walked the first 3, then has set down 6 of the next 7. Hovden walked in the first inning, and he was held at third. First pitch taken up. It is 1 ball, no strikes. The pitch, ground ball to the left side, bobbled there a bit by Miller at third. He'll throw on to first base to retire Hovden. First time tonight, Decorah has had their leadoff batter retired. 1 down here in the third inning. And the batter is Cole Sweska. Sweska drew a walk in that first inning. Vikes executed a double steal, had runners at second and third, 1 in and nobody out, but a line out, a ground out, and a ground out ended the threat. And the first pitch to Cole Sweska is up from Hamill. 1 ball, no strikes. Hamill's thrown 40 pitches. But he has settled down nicely after a very rough start. 1-0 for a strike, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Wind's starting to blow cross field a little bit. Sky's looking awfully dark off to the south, but the 1-1 is swinging a foul right side and out of play, so it's 1 ball and 2 strikes now on Sweska. See if there's anything up on the radar right now. The pitch, a little bit low. Skips away from Schwartz, so it's 2 balls, 2 strikes. There is some activity out in the western part of Winneshiek County. None of the high-intensity variety. No bright colors coming up on the radar as this time. 2-2 delivery, high and tight for 3 balls, 2 strikes now on Sweska. In fact, it grazed him, so it's going to be a hit by pitch. So Sweska reaches first.
19, Austin Ashbacker.
And Austin Ashbacker to the plate, lined out to short in the first, 0 for 1. 1-0 Decorah here in the third. Moved to first base to send Sweska back diving to the bag. Cole with 11 stolen bases here on the season. Good lead at first base by Sweska. He takes off. Pitch taking a strike. Throw down to second base. And Sweska well ahead of the throw from the catcher, Schwartz. So Cole takes the team stolen base lead with 12. No balls, 1 strike with 1 down. The stretch will look back at second. The 0-1, a fastball on the outside edge for a strike, and it's 0-2. We talked about a little in the first inning after Hamill was having trouble finding the strike zone, and Vikes lost a little bit of aggressiveness at the plate as the pitch goes low. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Austin Ashbacker. Sweska away from second. The pause and the 1-2. Swing and miss at a curveball. It's dropped by Schwartz. He'll throw on to first base to retire Ashbacker. Moving up to third on the play is Sweska. He'll be there with 2 down. So Austin, the third strikeout victim of Hamill. As Sweska moves to third on a wild pitch, and we'll see if Dustin Carey can't get a 2-out hit here. Carey grounded to third in the first, 0 for 1. A 1-0 lead for Decorah as the fastball goes up. It is 1 ball, no strikes. One-0 swung on, popped up directly behind home plate. Schwartz is under it, angling towards the first base side, and that one going to land just over the fence on the first base side. 1 ball, 1 strike, the count on Dustin Carey. A 1-0 lead for Decorah here in the bottom of the third inning. The pitch swung on, driven, right center field. That'll be a base hit. And that one bobbled out in right field by Hesse. Carey will stay put at first base. 2-out RBI single for Dustin Carey to score Sweska. And the Vikes get a crooked number on the board. It's 2-0 Decorah here in the third. RBI number 31 on the season for Dustin Carey. Kyle Kane will look to keep the fun going. He grounded to short in the first, 0 for 1. And a move to first base and back to the bag standing is Dustin Carey. And a move to first base again from Hamill will send Carey back standing to the bag once again. Carey without a stolen base this season. Kyle grounded to short his first time up. And the first pitch hammered towards left center field, and that'll be a base hit. With the play in front of him, Carey will put the brakes on at second base. One of the better swings we've seen out of Kyle Kane in some time there, and it's first and second with 2 down. And Brighton Meyer now up for Decorah as Bryce Pierce will courtesy run for Kyle Kane at first base.
Running at first base, 11, Bryce Pierce.
Brighton Meyer singled to left his first time up. He's 1 for 1. First pitch, off-speed offering taken on the inside edge for a strike, 0-1 to Bryton Meyer. Stretch and the 0-1, swung on smack towards the left, but a foul ball, and it's no balls, 2 strikes, as Meyer had a good read on that one, but couldn't quite get it between the chalk. It is no balls and 2 strikes. 0-2, ground ball towards third, bobbled there by Miller, dives towards the bag, Carey beats him there. And everyone's going to be safe. An E5, Carey to third, Pierce to second. Carey went in standing, and a teaching moment from Coach Olenzak for him not getting down on the play. But nonetheless, bases loaded, 2 down, and Brady Dolly will look to keep the fun going. He sacrificed a runner up in the second. 2-0 Decorah. We're in the bottom of the third inning. And the first pitch to Dolly is a curve taken for a strike, 0-1. Carey off of third, Pierce off of second, Meyer off of first. Pitch low and outside. It is 1 ball, 1 strike as Schwartz had to make a backhand stop behind the plate to prevent runner advancement. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. The 1-1. Curve for a strike. And it's 1 ball, 2 strikes on Brady Dolly. Hamill to the pause, the 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. But the Vikes add to their total with 1 run on 2 hits, 1 error, and 3 runners left on base. We head to the 4th inning. It's a 2-0 lead for Decorah. Top of the 4th inning we go. Forgot to give our broadcast rundown at the bottom of the 3rd, so I broke the Elliott Christian rule tonight. Don't know what sort of punishment is in for me later on, but hopefully it's nothing too harsh. Coming up later on tonight, we'll have softball at 7:15 as Decorah takes on South Wind over at the softball diamond. They'll come up here in about an hour. Tyler Benzing swings the first one and misses from Colin Nimrod. No balls and 1 strike. Benzing grounded to the pitcher in the 1st inning. 0-1 delivery, swung on and missed. It is no balls and 2 strikes now on Benzing.
Top of the 4th, Tyler Benzing.
And coming up tomorrow night, we'll have softball against MFL Marmac. The 0-2 delivery, curveball taken for a strike. And Benzing down on strikes. That'll be the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th strikeout for Colin Nimrod. 1 down here in inning number 4. And Jake Ronan will be the batter. Ronan walked. He's been the only base runner for Waukon. The first pitch out of the zone, 1 ball, no strikes. He drew a 2-out walk in the 1st inning, and here's ground ball. 2-hopper right back to Colin. He'll jog over to first base and give Aaron Severson an underhand toss for the 2nd out here in the 4th inning. So 2 down. And the batter will be Chris Miller. 2-0 Decorah, single tally in the 1st and the 3rd as Miller a day and a half early on a breaking ball from Nimrod. No balls, 1 strike. Miller struck out swinging to end the 1st 0 for 1. 2-0 Decorah, 2-3-0 for Decorah. Nothing across for Waukon. Fastball up. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Nimrod kicks and deals, 1-1. Swung on and missed. Just some heat from Colin that time. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes now. One-two delivery, curveball taken for strike 3. Colin Nimrod is in a groove. has only allowed one base runner through 4 innings, and he has struck out 6. We are halfway home in game 1 of this conference doubleheader. Decorah leading Waukon 2-0. Sean Truin will bat for Brett LaRue to start things here in the bottom of the 4th inning. LaRue struck out looking in the 2nd inning. And Shawnee will bat right now against Hayden Hamill. A 2-0 lead for Decorah as Truin chases one out of the zone. No balls, 1 strike. Hamill's throwing 59 pitches, giving up 3 hits, 2 runs, both earned. Walked 3, hit 1, struck out 4 to this point. Here's a roller towards second on multiple hops towards Tyler Benzing. He'll throw on to first base to retire Truin. 1 down here in the 4th inning. And the batter will be Colin Nimrod. Nimrod walked in the 1st, struck out looking in the 2nd. A single tally in the 1st and the 3rd for Decorah. Nimrod scored from second base on a wild pitch in the 1st. His first pitch taken high. It's 1 ball, no strikes. And a 2-out RBI single by Dustin Carey in the 3rd inning led to the 2nd run as the pitch goes low. It is 2 balls, no strikes on Colin Nimrod. The Vikes scored in the 1st inning. That is the 13th time in 22 games that Decorah has scored in the 1st. Curveball inside for 3 balls, no strikes. Decorah is 10-2 when scoring in the 1st inning this year, and they have won 10 consecutive games. 3 balls, no strikes with 1 down. And the pitch high for ball 4. 4th walk for Hamill, and the first one he has had since the 1st inning.
Stepping up to take Hovden.
Hovden will be the batter. He walked in the 1st. He grounded to 3rd in the 3rd. 2-0 Decorah as we play the bottom half of the 4th inning. First game of the doubleheader tonight. We'll have softball against South Wynn. Broadcast-wise later on tonight. And move to first base will send Nimrod back diving to the bag. Nimrod, 2 big strides off of first base. Hamill will throw over there and send Colin back diving. Colin did have a 6th stolen base of the season back in the 1st inning. And here's a swinging bunt up the left side. Bare hand pickup by Hamill. He'll throw to first base. Hovden beats it out. So Jake with the infield hit to put runners at 1st and 2nd with 1 down here in the 4th inning. And Cole Sweska will stand in. He walked in the 1st, hit by a pitch, and scored a run in the 3rd. So no official at bat yet for Sweska. The Vikes trying to break this thing wide open. They lead it 2-0 here in the bottom of the 4th inning. First pitch to Sweska, hit well towards left field, but right at Mitchell Snitker. He will make the catch in medium to deep left, a 2-handed grab for the 2nd out of the inning. So 2 down, runners at 1st and 2nd. And Austin Ashbacker will be the batter, lined out to short in the 1st, struck out swinging in the 3rd. 2-0 Decorah, bottom of the 4th inning. Decorah has scored 1 of their 2 runs with 2 outs. First pitch to Austin, roller up the left side, but foul. No balls and 1 strike as Austin a little ahead. Of the off-speed offering. No balls, 1 strike to count. Hamill comes set, and the 0-1 offering sails high for 1 ball, 1 strike now. 1-1 with 2 down. Stretch a look back at second. The 1-1 hammered towards left field and deep. Snitker looks up. That ball is one hopping against the fence. Nimrod will score. Hovden coming to the plate. The relay throw is in time. An RBI double for Austin Ashbacker, but the relay from Snitker to Adam Benzing to Schwartz retires Hovden for the third out here in the inning, but the Vikes do add one to their total. One run, 2 hits, no errors, and 1 left. We head to the 5th, 3-0 Decorah. A 3-0 lead for Decorah. Austin Ashbacker with a 2-out RBI double. Hovden trying to add the 4th run was thrown out on a well-executed relay between Mitchell Snitker, Adam Benzing, and Sam Schwartz. 3-0 Decorah as we go to the top of the 5th inning. Colin Nimrod has been very, very good tonight. 1 walk, 6 strikeouts, no hits, no runs given up through 4.
Top of the 5th with Sully Bucay.
And Sully Bucat will be the batter. Bucat struck out swinging to start the second, 0 for 1. Swinging bunt up the left side, charging his Carey. He'll glove, he'll throw to first base. Got him! Nice play by Dustin Carey. Gloved it, transferred it to the bare hand, threw to first base, and got Bucat by a couple of steps. 1 pitch, 1 out here in the 5th. And the batter is Parker Hesse, who grounded to third his first time up, 0 for 1. He swings at the first one and fouls it off. No balls, 1 strike. Colin has only thrown 43 pitches to this point, compared to the 69 that Hamill has thrown through 4. Curve taken low. It is 1 ball, 1 strike. Ever since that 2-out walk in the first inning, Nimrod has now retired 11 in a row. The pitch, swinging a pop-up foul, right side out of play. So it's 1 ball, 2 strikes on Parker Hesse. 3-0 Decorah. Collins scored on a wild pitch from second in the first inning. A 2-out RBI single by Carey in the third. A 2-out RBI double by Ashbacker in the fourth. 1-2, swing and a miss. Strike 3. 7 strikeouts for Colin Nimrod. 2 down here in the 5th inning. And Brock Waters will stand in. He grounded to third his first time up, 0 for 1. Nimrod ready, first offering, swinging a foul. At the plate, no balls, 1 strike. Nimrod kicks and deals, and the 0-1 offering, swinging a ground ball towards third, playing the long hop is Carey. He'll throw on to first base, and another 1-2-3 inning. 3 up, 3 down. We head to the bottom half of the 5th, stretch time at Decorah. It is Decorah leading 3-0. Bottom of the 5th we go. Colin Nimrod with a masterpiece to this point. No hits, given up, no runs, just 1 walk, and he has struck out 8.
Bottom of the 5th. 5, 6, 7.
Double checking, he has struck out 7, and he's done that by only throwing 48 pitches to this point and facing 1 more than the minimum. Dustin Carey looks at the first one inside, 1 ball, no strikes. Carey grounded to third in the first and got a 2-out RBI single to right in the third. 3-0 Decorah, bottom of the 5th. He'll look at a strike again, Will Carey. And it is 1 ball, 1 strike to count. Kane and Meyer to follow. Here in the 6th, swinging bunt right in front of the plate. Hamill will field, throw on to first base to retire Carey. 1 down here in the 5th inning. 1 down, nobody on. And the batter will be Kyle Kane. He's 1 for 2, grounded to short in the first and singled to left in the third. First pitch to Kyle. At the letters and for a strike, it is no balls and 1 strike to count. Vikes trying to win their 5th in a row, which would be a season-long winning streak. Here's the pitch, swing and a foul, third base side. No balls, 2 strikes, trying to keep pace with New Hampton. In the race for second place, New Hampton hosting Waverly Shellrock in a doubleheader tonight. No balls, 2 strikes. 0-2 the count with 1 down. The pitch to Kyle, swung on a loop route in the left field. Snitker with a long run. It'll land in front of him for a base hit. So Kyle with 2 hits here on the night, and Bryce Pierce will get his courtesy at first base. A runner at first, 1 down here in the 5th. A 3-0 lead for Decorah. And Brighton Meyer will stand in. He's been on base twice. He singled to left in the 2nd inning and reached out an error in the 3rd. Pierce with a good lead at first base, and a move over there from Hamill will send Pierce back diving to the bag. 5 hits for Decorah, 0 for Waukon. The Indians have committed the lone error tonight. And the pitch, a little bit of a pitch out, nothing doing. 1 ball, no strikes, because Schwartz stood up before that ball was delivered. 1 ball, no strikes, the count. 1-0 delivery, swung on a pop-up towards right center field. Angling over is Jake Ronan. In now relatively deep right center, he will make the catch. Pierce played it halfway. He hustles back to first for the 2nd out here in the 5th inning. 2 down, runner at first for Brady Dolly. And Dolly actually will get hit for here by Connor Gassman.
Pinch hitting 13, Connor Gassman.
Gassman will bat from the right-hand side in a 3-0 lead as Gassman fouls the first pitch off. No balls, 1 strike. Connor at the plate this year is 0 for 2. Pitch out of the zone. 1 ball, 1 strike count. Apparently the credential process to get upstairs here at Olensack Field isn't as stringent as it used to be. 1 ball, 1 strike the count on Connor Gassman. Pierce running for Kane over at first base. A 3-0 lead for the Vikings here in the bottom of the 5th inning. 1-1 sails up for 2 balls and 1 strike count. The stretch and the 2-1, swinging a foul back, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Our process here is as stringent as the process to participate in career day at Howard Winneshiek. And yes, they allowed me in, so a little self-deprecation goes a long way. 2-2, curveball swung on and missed, and that's that for the 5th inning. So, 1 hit, 1 left. We head to the 6th inning. It is Decorah leading by a 3-0 margin. Colin Nimrod working on a masterpiece as we go to the 6th inning. Decorah leading 3-0. Nimrod throwing a no-no through 5. He's only allowed 1 base runner, a 2-out walk to Jake Ronan in the 1st inning. The pitch, a strike to Sam Schwartz. No balls and 1 strike. Schwartz grounded to the catcher in the 3rd. Swinging a foul over the walk-on first base dugout into the parking lot and over towards Lake Roberts. So it's no balls, 2 strikes. Clouds out of here. It's turned into a beautiful night. No balls, 2 strikes. Fastball up from Colin. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count now on Sam Schwartz. Hayden Hamill and Adam Benzing to follow. Hitters 8, 9, and 1 in the walk-on lineup. The pitch, curveball grounded towards first. Severson will knock it down, run to the bag, tag it for out number 1. One down, nobody on for Hayden Hamill, the pitcher, who struck out looking his first time up. Colin has struck out 7 and walked 1, giving up no hits through 5 1/3. The pitch, swing and a miss at a curve, no balls, 1 strike. Vikes trying to win their 5th in a row, trying to hand Waukon their 11th loss in a row. Curveball for a strike, and it's 0-2. Sun shining brightly now. The 0-2 swing and a miss at a fastball. 8 strikeouts for Colin Nimrod. 2 down here in the 6th inning. Adam Benzing will start the 3rd trip around the batting order. Benzing grounded to 2nd in the 1st, struck out swinging in the 3rd. 3-0 Decorah here in the 6th as Benzing swings and misses at the 1st offering. No balls, 1 strike. Pitch in there for a strike, 0-2. Colin just getting that ball, getting right back up on the rubber, getting the sign from Kane and going to work. 0-2. Ground ball towards 2nd. Brady Dowley the play there. On to first base and another 1-2-3 innings. 3 up, 3 down. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. It is Decorah leading by a 3-0 margin. A 3-0 lead for Decorah as we go to the bottom half of the 6th inning. Brett LaRue, Colin Nimrod, and Jake Hovden will be your batters. Decorah got a lead in the 1st inning. Colin Nimrod scored from 2nd base on a wild pitch. Dustin Carey a 2-out RBI single in the 3rd. Austin Ashbacker with a 2-out RBI double in the 4th inning for Decorah's runs to this point. Brett LaRue has batted once in this game. He struck out looking with a runner at 2nd base and 1 down in the 2nd. He was batted for by Sean Truan in his next at-bat, and Truan ended up grounding to 2nd in the 4th. Hamill's given up 6 hits, 3 runs, all have been earned to this point as LaRue swings the first one and fouls it away. No balls, 1 strike. That was Hamill's 84th pitch. He's walked 4, he's hit 1, and he has struck out 5. So Hamill hasn't been too bad in all honesty. Curveball swung on and missed, and it's no balls, 2 strikes. But Colin Nimrod has been that much better. 8 strikeouts, 1 walk, no hits given up through 6 for Colin Nimrod. And the pitch blown outside to LaRue. It is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Swinging a ground ball to the left side. Backhand stop made by Adam Benzing. He'll set his feet and throw to first base to retire LaRue. And there's 1 down here in the 6th inning. Very nice play by Adam Benzing there at short. One down, nobody on. And Colin Nimrod will be the batter.
Number 10, Colin Nimrod.
Colin walked and scored in the 1st, struck out looking in the 2nd, walked and scored again in the 4th inning. Hamill has walked 4. Half of those have come back to haunt him, making it all the way around the bases as the first pitch outside. 1 ball and no strikes to count. 1-0 delivery, swinging a ground ball towards 3rd, fielded there by Miller. He'll throw across the diamond to retire Nimrod, and there's 2 down here in the 6th inning. 2 down, and Jake Hovden will stand in.
Stepping up, Jake Hovden.
Hovden on the night walked in the 1st, grounded to 3rd in the 3rd inning, and got an infield hit in the 4th inning. Hamill looking for his first 1-2-3 inning of the night. Hovden squares to bunt and looks at it inside. 1 ball, no strikes. Three 0 Decorah, bottom of the 6th inning. 1-0 to Jake. Swung on, hammered towards center field, but right at Jake Ronan. He will make the catch to retire the side. 3 up, 3 down. We head to the 7th inning. Decorah 3 and Waukon nothing. Colin Nimrod working on a no-no. 1 walk, 8 strikeouts. And through 6 innings, he's only thrown 58 pitches. Hitters 2, 3, and 4 due for Waukon here in the 7th. Tyler Benzing, Jake Ronan, and Chris Miller. on what has turned out to be a very nice yet breezy night here in Decorah. Tyler Benzing has grounded to the pitcher in the first and struck out looking in the fourth. First pitch from Collins swung on, and a ground ball to the left side, fielded by Nimrod off the mound, and he'll throw a strike over to Severson at first base. One down here in the seventh inning. So Collin doing a good job of being that fifth infielder. That's his fourth defensive chance tonight that he has fielded without an error. One down, nobody on. Jake Ronan stands in, walked in the first, grounded to the pitcher in the fourth inning. He'll swing and miss at a breaking ball. No balls, one strike. 3-0 Decorah. One down here in the seventh inning. The 0-1 swing and a fly ball into shallow left center field. Jake Hubden is on his horse. He'll make the catch in shallow left center for the second out here in the seventh inning. So Colin Nimrod 1 out away from a no-hitter. 3-0 Decorah, top half of the seventh inning. Chris Miller has struck out twice. Once in the first, once in the fourth. Colin has walked 1, has struck out 8. And the first offering, a strike on the inside edge. No balls, 1 strike. Three 0 Decorah here in the seventh. The 0-1 swing and a miss. And it's 0-2 from Nimrod. Colin right back on the rubber. Gets the sign, kicks and deals. 0-2. Strike 3. A Viking victory and a no-hitter for Colin Nimrod. Colin Nimrod walks 1, strikes out 9, and faces only 1 above the minimum, and throws only 64 pitches to do so.
Colin Nimrod has just pitched a no-hitter.
Decorah gets the victory, 3-0.
Totals are right. Decorah, 3 runs, 5 hits. Waukon, no runs.
3 runs, 5 hits, no errors, 8 left for Decorah. No runs, no hits, 1 error, and 1 left for Waukon. Colin Nimrod throws a no-hitter. He is now 7-1, gives up no hits, no runs, walked 1, and strikes out 9. Again, only throwing 64 pitches on the night. Decorah gives Hayden Hamill his second loss by Decorah's hands and his 6th loss overall this season. Hamill is now 2-5. So the Vikes improved to 14-8 overall, 8-5 in conference play. Waukon drops to 3-19 overall and 1-9 in conference play. That'll do it for the baseball end of our doubleheader. We're going to go down here in about a half an hour and bring you Decorah softball against Southwind tonight on Vikings Radio 1240 KDEC.